Hello everyone, this is the third episode of What is Islam? In the previous episode, we spoke about the prophecies in the Bible, both Old and New Testament, about Prophet Muhammad. And now we're going to have a closer look at the life of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and the beginnings of the call to Islam. Now, first we have to take a look at the lineage of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, which trace him back to Prophet Ismail, the son of Ibrahim. Ismail is Ishmael, Ibrahim is Abraham. Both are prophets, peace and blessings be upon them. And in Islam, we believe in them as prophets. So here you can see the full lineage of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And just to clarify, the term Ibn means the son of. So his name is Muhammad ibn Abdullah, which means the son of Abdullah. Ibn Abdul Muttalib, and the given name of Abdul Muttalib was Shaybah ibn Hashim, whose given name was Amr ibn Abd Manaf, whose given name was Al-Mughira ibn Qusay, whose given name was Zayd ibn Kilab ibn Murrah ibn Ka'b ibn Lu'ay ibn Ghalib ibn Fihr ibn Malik ibn An-Nadr ibn Kinana ibn Khuzaymah ibn Mudrika, whose given name was Amir ibn Ilyas ibn Mudar ibn Nizar ibn Ma'ad ibn Adnan, and Adnan was one of the descendants of Ismail or Ishmael ibn Ibrahim, the son of Abraham. This is according to the consensus of Muslim scholars. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was born in Mecca in 570 CE, and as you know, Mecca is in the Arabian Peninsula, and it's nowadays in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. His father Abdullah passed away a few months before his birth. When he was 6 years old, he visited his maternal uncles in Medina with his mother Amina bint Wahb. On the way back to Mecca, his mother died. As you can see here in the map, you can see the city of Mecca, and to the north, you can see Medina. The distance between them is about 5 to 600 kilometers. And if you're traveling by car, it will take around 5 hours from Mecca to Medina. And of course, back in those days, there were no cars. There were camels and horses. And it used to take days from Mecca to Medina. His grandfather Abdul Muttalib became his guardian after the death of his mother. Abdul Muttalib died when Muhammad was 8 years old. Responsibility for Prophet Muhammad is assumed by the new head of the clan of Hashim, his uncle Abu Talib. While accompanying his uncle on a trading journey to Syria, Muhammad is recognized as a future prophet by a Christian monk, Bahira. He started working as a cattle herder and then started working in the trade business. He was known as the truthful and trustworthy one, As-Sadiq al-Amin, by the people of Mecca. He was consistently known for his great manners as a truthful and trustworthy person. At the age of 25, Muhammad is employed by a rich woman in Mecca, whose name is Khadija, to oversee the trade of her merchandise to Syria. Muhammad so impresses her that she offers marriage. Khadija bears at least 2 sons who die young and 4 daughters. Muhammad's prophetic initiation occurs at the age of 40. You can see in this image the Mount Hira, which is a mountain in Mecca, and there is a small cave on the top of this mountain. The reason why Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, used to go to that cave is that he did not participate in the activities of the Meccans at those days. The Meccans were polytheists. They worshipped idols and statues, and Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, never did that. Now, cutting a long story short on how the Meccans became polytheists, after believing only in one God and worshipping only one God from the days of Ishmael or Ismail. The deviation happened a few generations later when people gradually shifted from monotheism to polytheism. They believed that there is a creator, God the creator, Allah, but they started associating partners with God, with Allah later on, which is a deviation from monotheism to polytheism. And the purpose of the message of Islam is to bring people back to monotheism from the devious acts of polytheism. In addition to that, the Meccans were also involved in promiscuous acts and drinking alcohol, which was very common at that time in Arabia. So during a period of devotional withdrawal, as we said, Prophet Muhammad withdrew himself from the Meccan society because he abhorred their acts, their devious and sinful acts. He withdrew himself atop one of the mountains in the vicinity of Mecca. The angel Gabriel appears to him in an awe-inspiring encounter and teaches him the opening verses of Surah 96 of the Quran. Recite in the name of your Lord who creates. اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق. Now this is the beginning of revelation. This is the moment in which Muhammad, peace be upon him, was announced a prophet and started receiving revelation. Now you might be wondering, why is it Surah number 96, not Surah number 1? Now the Quran was revealed gradually, not all at once, and the order of the surahs was ordained later on by the Archangel Gabriel, and then it was the Prophet, peace be upon him, who used to recite to his scribes who wrote down the whole Quran, and then he ordered them, based on revelation, where to place the verses and the surahs and in which order. Muhammad is greatly perturbed after this first revelation, but is reassured by Khadija and her cousin Waraqah ibn Nawfal, a learned Christian who confirms Muhammad's prophetic status. He was an old man and he was a learned Christian, and after he heard of this, he recognized him as a prophet because, as we mentioned in the previous episode, the Jews and the Christians believed in a prophet who will come in the end of the days, and as it was stated clearly, he will be from the descendants of Prophet Ishmael, the son of Abraham, Ismail ibn Ibrahim alayhim as-salam, peace be upon them both. Muhammad continues to receive revelations, but for 3 years limits himself to speaking about them in private. Now, there would be a risk to announce from the very beginning. So that's why Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, started calling people secretly to Islam, and people gradually started joining this new faith, which was, if you want to say, based on pure monotheism. So, La ilaha illallah, there is nothing worthy of worship except for Allah, the one true God, the creator of the universe and man. When God finally commands Muhammad, peace be upon him, to take up public preaching, he started encountering opposition by the dominant polytheists in Mecca. And this is how the struggle of the Prophet, peace be upon him, and the first generation of believers and Muslims against the polytheists in Mecca. We shall resume next time, inshallah. Hopefully we will conclude the talk about the life of Prophet Muhammad and the early days of the message of Islam in the next episode, and then we shall carry on with the rest of the topics as mentioned in the outline. Thank you for listening and watching. See you next time.